What do you want me to? Which Godzilla?
Any Godzilla movie. Just start talking about it.
You want me to explain to you the whole plot of Godzilla minus one?
Sure.
Okay, so Godzilla minus one. We start with our main character. I don't remember his name right now. He's a kamikaze pilot, and so he flies his plane to the kamikaze repair island. Oh, like I don't remember the name of it. It's like Oho Island. It's OJO. I'm pretty sure. And so this island is used to repair kamikaze planes before they like do their thing. And so he goes over there because he doesn't want to die. And so they tell him, and he's like, "Yo, there's like nothing wrong with your plane." So he goes over and sits by the raw beach. And he's noticing all these like deep sea fish bubbling up with their like stomachs out their mouths. It's ugly and gross. And so he's like, "Huh?" And so it's nighttime, right? And the siren goes off, and they're all like, what the fuck is that? What the hell? It's fucking Godzilla. And he comes on land, and there's these people with this gun on this tower trying to shoot at him and get him out of here. And he's like bending over. I don't know how he's bending over. This is like before he changed. He's like really small right now. And so he is sniffing around, and they're like, "Yo, go get in your fucking plane, blow this guy up, go fucking shoot him. You got a big gun, go shoot him. Your gun will kill it." And they're like, he's like, "Okay," and he like sneaks over and gets in his plane, and he can't shoot. Like he's shaking, and he's like frozen. Why? Because Godzilla's just staring at him like the freak he is. And they're in this. So the repair guys are in this trench. And one of them freaks the fuck out and starts shooting at him with like a little stupid gun. And Godzilla starts freaking out and kills everybody except 2 people on the island, which is our main character and the main mechanic. Survivor's guilt, boom. So then he goes back to his town because like he gets to live or whatever, I guess. And there's this person, his neighbor, who's like super disappointed in him because he was supposed to die because he was a kamikaze pilot. And so he finds out that both of his parents are dead. Like his family is dead, and he's like the only one living. And so that sucks. His house is destroyed. There's like one section of it that's still like you could live in it, and so he's in this market thing, and this girl with this baby like shoves the baby in his hands because she's being chased. And so he's like, "Huh? What the fuck?" Well, and he's like doesn't know what to do with the baby, so he just sits there waiting for her to come back. Never does. He thinks about leaving the baby, but then he gets like guilty and decides not to, and so he takes the baby and he's leaving the thing. And she catches up to him. And she's like talking to him and stuff. And so they end up like raising the child together with the help of the neighbor ever so often. And so years go by and the town's being rebuilt and they get a new rebuilt house. And they say they're not married, but they say they don't have it. They're not in love, but they very obviously are. And so everything starts getting better. They rebuild the town. They fix the house. He gets this job where he goes on these like rickety old wood boats, and they have to cut and blow up bombs that were set during the war. And so he's like ashamed because it's like just these rickety wood boats, and they're like, "Oh, it's wood because they detect metal and they'll blow up if they detect metal." And he's like, "Oh, that makes sense." And so they they have this little wire going between 2 boats. It cuts the bomb, and the separate boat with a gun on it, he shoots the gun and it blows up the bomb. That's pretty much all they do. And he gets paid well. He gets like $300 plus, like, I don't remember how, I don't know if it's a day or something, but he gets a lot of money. He gets a boatload of money. And so I don't remember what happens after this part, but I'm pretty sure, if I can remember this, either Godzilla. Okay, no, wait, I remember now. So a bunch of these fuck, okay, I got this. A bunch of boats are being like jumped and like eaten and fucking destroyed, and these are like high quality military boats. And so like, they're like, what the fuck is eating these? This is an animal. This is not human. And so they have to go out and like find Godzilla and distract him while they send out a boat, because they can't get America help because like communism, and they don't want to like get in trouble with the USR. And so him and his little gang go out to hunt Godzilla. And they're like, what is this thing you think? And then, because they don't know it's Godzilla yet. And they're like, what is this? And they see the dead fish. And he's like, oh shit, I know what this is. This is fucking Godzilla, dude. Like, this is the same thing that happened to me on Oho Island. And they're like, what the fuck? And so Godzilla takes out the other boat, and they're like, oh shit! Because they were at a military boat that got destroyed. And so they start up their motor, and they like freak out. And they have these 2 bombs on their boat used to like destroy Godzilla. And so they're freaking the fuck out and getting the boat rammed. And so they're running from Godzilla, and they unleash the first bomb, which does fucking nothing. And they're like, yo, get it in the mouth, get it in the mouth, get it in the mouth. And so they get it in the mouth, but there isn't a trigger on it, because the first one had a trigger, but the other one didn't. And so they're like, oh shit, dude. And so our main character goes onto the gun and shoots it while it's in the mouth, and blows up half of Godzilla's face. And so he's just like floating there for a bit with like half of his face destroyed. And they're like, did we kill him? Because he's like missing half of his face. And this motherfucker regenerates the entire half of his face within minutes, like not even minutes. And they're like, oh shit, because their back end was blown up by the bomb too. They didn't get farther enough away. And they're like, oh shit, guys, it's over. And then this big warship from a different Asian country, which was said, they said it was gonna go, comes up and gets their ass beat pretty much. Like, Godzilla fucks their shit up. And he goes under the boat, right? Because he's going under the boat. And then all of a sudden, like, the water is glowing blue. And he shoots this, like, insane atomic breath through the boat, and it blows up from the boat. And then he leaves, and, like, the boat was destroyed. And they're like, what the fuck? And so they go back, and they're like, yo, this is not cool. And then fucking Godzilla comes on land. And they're like, oh shit. And the fucking main character and his what, like, the girl, the love interest with the kid, not with the kid actually, I think the kid was at the house, in downtown, and Godzilla comes up, and his ass, his tail starts glowing, he does a little funny spike thing, and then he does this thin blue line, kind of like Shin's breath, and then it blows it up like an atomic bomb. And like all the debris are like get sucked in and then sucked out. And the love interest pushes the main character aside, but we see her get blown away, and we pretty much think she's dead. And he's like, no! And so now this whole neighborhood is trying to figure out, fuck, are we gonna kill Godzilla? And so the scientists on this boat crew, and a bunch of other people like decide, we're gonna like use the ocean. So they are gonna drag him all the way down to the bottom of the ocean, so he gets like crushed by the compression. and then they're gonna drag him all the way back up so he gets like exploded from being uncompressed so fast. And they do that like right before he atomic breaths, but he gets back up and he's fine, and he's fine, and he's able to breath these bitches again. And before this, the main character got that mechanic from Oho Island to fix a plane for him, like this really fast plane, and put bombs in the plane so he can blow it up. And so, dude comes up, fucking jetting by with the plane, and he runs directly into Godzilla's mouth and blows up his mouth. And we think he dies because he's like he was supposed to do a long time ago. But we find out that the mechanic installed an ejection seat for him, and so we see him and he gets ejected. His body is like destroyed, and we see him sink, and we're like, yeah, he's dead. He goes back, we find out his wife is alive and he's happy and everything. And at the very, very end, we see Godzilla is actually alive and regenerating. So there's probably gonna be a sequel. Boom. Godzilla -1.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. Beautiful. Yaoi. Did you run out of ideas to draw while I was yelling? That's beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.